7 reasons why people destroying our planet. Many individuals, whether knowingly or unknowingly, contribute to the destruction of our planet through various actions and behaviors. Here are 7 reasons why some individuals are involved in harming the environment. 1. Lack of environmental awareness. The lack of environmental awareness is a significant issue that can have far-reaching consequences for the planet and its inhabitants. It refers to the limited understanding and concern people have for environmental issues, including pollution, climate change, biodiversity loss, and the overall impact of human activities on the natural world. Some individuals are simply unaware of the environmental consequences of their actions. They may not understand how their choices, such as excessive energy consumption or single-use plastics, can harm the planet. This lack of awareness can lead to unintentional environmental damage. 2. Consumerism and overconsumption. Modern consumer culture encourages the constant acquisition of goods and products. This leads to overconsumption, which results in increased resource extraction, pollution, and waste generation. Some individuals are driven by a desire for material possessions, leading them to buy and discard items with little regard for the environment. Food production and consumption. Agricultural practices and dietary preferences, especially those centered on meat and processed foods, contribute to deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and water pollution. Cultural norms around food can influence these choices. 3. Short-term profit motive. Businesses and individuals may prioritize short-term economic gains over long-term environmental sustainability. Profit-driven decisions can lead to the exploitation of natural resources, deforestation, and pollution, causing long-term damage to the planet for immediate financial benefits. 4. Lack of sustainable practices. Many people and industries continue to employ unsustainable practices due to convenience or cost savings. This includes unsustainable agriculture, fishing, and forestry practices that deplete natural resources without considering long-term ecological consequences. 5. Climate change. Denial. Climate change denial refers to the rejection or skepticism of the scientific consensus that the Earth's climate is warming primarily due to human activities, such as the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation. The overwhelming majority of climate scientists agree that climate change is happening and is largely driven by human actions, leading to a range of environmental, economic, and social impacts. Climate change denial takes various forms, from outright denial of any climate change to questioning the extent of human influence, the severity of its consequences, or the efficacy of mitigation efforts. Some individuals deny the existence or significance of climate change, which hinders collective efforts to combat it. These climate change deniers may resist necessary policy changes and continue behaviors that contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, such as burning fossil fuels. 6. Political and regulatory failures. There have been numerous political and regulatory failures that have contributed to environmental degradation and the destruction of our planet. These failures are often interconnected and are rooted in various factors, including short-term economic interests, inadequate regulations, and political unwillingness to address pressing environmental issues. Some of the key areas where these failures have occurred include lack of international cooperation, inadequate environmental regulations, subsidies for fossil fuels, failure to protect natural resources. In general, weak or inadequate environmental regulations and a lack of enforcement can lead to destructive actions by individuals and corporations. Some individuals exploit regulatory gaps and engage in activities that harm the environment without facing significant consequences. 7. Cultural and societal norms. Certain cultural norms and societal expectations can perpetuate harmful behaviors. For example, some cultures may celebrate conspicuous consumption or prioritize activities that harm the environment, such as the use of firecrackers in festivals that release harmful pollutants into the air, cutting trees during holidays. Agricultural practices and dietary preferences, especially those centered on meat and processed foods, contribute to deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and water pollution. Cultural norms around food can influence these choices. It's essential to address these reasons by promoting environmental education, advocating for sustainable practices, and implementing effective policies and regulations to mitigate the destruction of our planet. Encouraging responsible individual and collective actions is critical to protect the environment for future generations. Please share and subscribe